To our live session. I am Dr. Keri Ewart. I am the director of the Asian Business Management program at York University, and we are so excited to be working with the Education 17 and Study Club 17 to run these elite executive programs, which we're going to talk a little bit about today and give you some more information.
大家早上好，我是一启教育的 Erin。然后刚刚呢，Dr. Keri 已经介绍了，他是来自约克大学 ABMP 管理中心的系主任。然后今天呢，我们会讲一讲就是约克大学 ABMP 和我们一启教育做的这个项目的说明会。
So just to give you a brief agenda, I will introduce you to the Asian Business Management program at York University, as well as tell you a little bit about myself. We are then going to discuss the importance of soft skills and soft skill development in students moving into university and into the globalized market. Talk about virtual learning and remote learning a little bit, as this is how these programs are run. Begin with an overview of the Executive High School program, which we call the Entrepreneurial Mindset and Innovation Thinking Application Program. There are immense benefits to the students, and we will bring those up and discuss those, talking about who would be the best students for this particular program, and finally finish this off with some closing remarks and some question and answers.
好的，今天我们这个项目说明会的安排呢，分为以下8点。一是介绍一下 York University， 就是约克大学 ABMP 和 Dr. Keri， 就是 Keri 博士本人。然后2是介绍一下什么叫软实力。3是介绍为什么这个项目是线上学习是什么样的一个情况。4是对项目做一个展望。5是对这个创新企业项目呢，就是 EMIA 项目。然后做一个概括，然后介绍。6是参加这个项目的学生会获得什么样的成果和好处。7是完成了什么样的学生适合参加这种项目。8是对今天的所有内容做一个总结。
So, as mentioned, my name is Dr. Keri Ewart. I am the Director of Programming and Training for the Asian Business Management program at York University. I have over 20 years of experience from kindergarten all the way through to grade 12, undergraduate, graduate studies. I teach additional qualification courses and do professional development around the world for educators, for students, as well as senior executives from companies. Now, ABMP, as we'll get into, is a multifaceted #1 program developer for the world. So with that, we work with faculties, we work with ministries all around. And what I specifically have done in the past and consistently do now is I am a world speaker. So I speak around the world about change and leadership in education and what it means to develop soft skills and be completely successful in the 21st century. My research and doctorate are in education and clinical psychology. And my background includes curriculum and program development, 21st century competency development, technological integration, critical literacies, and corporate transformations. Apple, which is, we know, the iPad, the iPhone. Apple has named me in 2018 a distinguished educator for the work that I do for them. And as mentioned, I have a doctorate in education and clinical psychology.
好的，刚刚Dr. Keri 简单的介绍了一下自己，他是 ABMP 作为一个系主任和所有的这个研习项目的开发者，他有20年的教育从业经验，然后他教授的学生呢是从幼儿园到12年级，已经有20年的这个教育的经验，然后他的本科他还教授就是本科和毕业生和一些公司的高层的这个管理者的教育，然后呢他是双博士学位，一个博士学位是教育学学位，一个博士学位是临床心理学学位。他在他环游世界呢做了许多的演讲，所以呢他在这个世界范围内的这个教学经验也是非常的充足的。 然后ABMP 呢是一个全世界排名第1的受过奖项的一个项目开发的中心，所以呢在这个教育界内还是很有威望和声誉的。
So York University is one of the largest universities in all of Canada. Now, we are just representing and create these programs. It doesn't mean that you need to be going to York University, nor that you need to be interested in York University. This program really is for any student who will be going to university next year or has plans to go to university in the future. So York University is home to Schulich School of Business. We have Osgoode Law School. We have Lassonde Engineering School, the Faculty of Education. And we have many, many international students, both domestic as well as coming from all around the world that occupy our campus. We are part of the York Center for Asian Research and have been in existence for over 20 years and very successfully at that. I'll just pause there for a moment.
Oh, okay. Dr. Keri 刚刚也说了，就是约克大学呢 ABMP 是属于约克大学的，但是呢，这个项目呢是为所有的即将要申请大学或者是以后就是打算去申请大学，然后做更高等教育的学生准备的，不是光为这个约克大学想申请约克大学的学生准备的。然后呢，约克大学呢，大家众所周知是舒立克商学院的所属地。然后呢，我们不仅有舒立克商学院，也有工程，然后各种这个学院的分布，所以呢，大家的选择还是非常的广泛的。
Now, we're very proud to say that we are the #1 training program facilitator for academic in all of Canada, and we're #3 in the world. We have very successfully delivered many face-to-face programs, over 200, and in fact, now we're over 500. Since COVID, we have turned from a face-to-face method where we were typically training in China, in Vietnam, as well as domestically here in Canada, where our delegations would come to Canada. But now, because of COVID, we are 100% virtual online in our training groups, both here in Canada as well as in Asia. We train from the government, the education, and the corporate sectors, and typically have always done senior executives, CEOs of companies, government officials, presidents of university. But about 15 years ago, we branched out and we started training students, undergraduate and graduate students, as well as K-12 students, and then also the faculties.
好的，Dr. Keri 刚刚介绍了这个 ABMP 是作为一个项目开发的管理中心，然后已经开发过就是200多种，然后到现在已经是500多种这个项目了。之前呢是在线下的，因为这个新冠的原因呢，所有的项目都改到线上了。然后呢 ，ABMP 是在全加拿大排名第1的项目开发的一个中心，然后呢，在全世界是排名第3的。然后之前呢，15年前呢，是从来为这个本地政府，然后公司企业高管，然后政府官员等等，就是开发这个培训项目。然后在15年之前呢，我们现在也提供，就是为现在的学生，就比如说本科生、毕业生和高中生，开发项目的这个服务。所以呢 ，ABMP 的项目开发的这个年龄段的覆盖范围还是非常的广的。
So just to show, we have won many awards of excellence for education and are very proud of our consistent connections globally around the world and for what we're recognized for. And the reason why we consistently win these awards is we provide real world experiences for our students and for those that we train, and we ensure that it is applicable to what's happening in the 21st century.
好，我们 ABMP 这个中心呢，约克大学的 ABMP 中心是获得过很多奖项的。为什么我们会获得这个奖项？是因为呢，我们给学生或者是给这些管理层提供的培训呢，都是根据就是实时线下这个世界中发生的这些案例作为这个素材进行这个项目的开发，所以我们提供的东西呢都是跟实时相结合，然后可以就是帮助到这些公司高管、企业政府人士或者学生的。
Now, we are very excited to be partnered with the 19 Education and 17 Study Club to deliver this extremely executive, proficient, and proficient program that will help the high school students to be prepared for university and beyond. This program that we are offering is something that is timely, it's something that is needed right now, and is something that will boost applications for moving into university.
好的，刚刚那个 Keri 博士提到了，就是他非常的开心能够跟这个我们一起教育一起合作这个项目，然后呢，大家可以看到这个 slides 上面呢有个项目详情的这个网址链接和这个合作的新闻，都是在约克大学官方的平台上可以找到的。然后呢，我们现在提供的这个项目呢，是为这个即将申请大学的高中生提供一个作为大学申请的助力，然后让大家更加的能够在就是大学申请中脱颖而出，然后吸引到招生官的目光。
So the students, you are all on this journey, and this journey you are moving towards where you want to be in the future. And the path that you take to get there is extremely important. No longer are universities just looking simply for your marks. They're looking for your experiences. They're looking to see what soft skills you have and how you're able to adapt that to the learning environment and beyond. And this program will help you to develop those skills, but also to implement them into these experiences that will help you be noticed within the whole application process, but then also help you be even more competitive than your peers.
然后刚刚Keri 博士介绍了一下，因为这个大学申请的路程是很漫长的，所以呢学生都会这个项目呢是给学生一个捷径，然后呢让学生去提升自己的内在软实力，增加自己的核心竞争力，然后通过这些学术的学到的东西，然后去用于这个实践之中，然后这样子呢会给自己的大学申请增加许多的分数，然后呢让自己的这个申请大学的过程呢变得更加的容易，然后为未来的这个就职方面也会有更加的助力。
So we've talked a lot about these soft skills. I'm going to speak a little bit more about what specifically they are. But you see Fortune 500s, and these are corporate companies all around the world. They are looking for these soft skills in their employees. For instance, Fortune magazine up here says soft skills are hard to measure, but they are in demand. Can they be taught? And the answer within this article is yes, they can. And it's through this program that they will be. Is your company soft enough? Forbes magazine, why investing in soft skills can pay off big. What sets successful CEOs apart? Harvard Business Magazine says soft skills are what set that apart.
大家也看见了这个屏幕上显示的，就是500强呢对未来的雇员其实有很多就是关于软实力的要求，然后现在的软实力是所有的世界级企业越来越重视的一个实力的方面，这也是为就是我们的学生进行一个提前的培养。然后大家可以看见这个哈佛商业杂志或者是顶尖大学的这个报告，还有福布斯杂志都报道了关于这个软实力在公司中，然后在未来的这个发展中是多么重要的一个技能。
So I do have to commend you for being part of this session today, because what you're telling me is my future is important to me. I care about how I do, and I really want to set myself up for success, and this is how you will do it.
今天呢，给大家讲的就是，如果你是一个非常注重想在未来成功的人的话，今天这个项目呢，就是为你而准备的。
So just to decipher between hard skills and soft skills, hard skills are those quantifiable. How can you quantify or measure those particular skills? They're certifiable, such as a degree that you get or diploma from high school, and they're definable. So ways that you can define those skills, whether you can program, whether you can create a PowerPoint, those are those hard skills that you need. Those are those marks. They are very important. But soft skills are equally important, and now what are recognized and being alluded to within the 21st century. So these are social skills, how you can negotiate, your collaboration, your communication, your attitude that you have toward things. Do you have a growth mindset? Are you assuming positive intentions? Are you able to manage your time and your planning effectively? And finally, really important are the thinking skills. Are you a critical thinker? Are you an entrepreneurial thinker? Are you a creative and innovative thinker? Those are what Fortune 500 companies, as well as universities, are looking for right now.
好的，大家看到这一篇呢，就是比较了这个硬实力和软实力。相信硬实力呢，大家已经非常的熟悉了。硬实力主要有3个特点：一是可量化，比如说你可以掌握一门流利的语言；二是它可以证书化，比如说你的学位证书是有颁发授予的；三是它可以定义。它可以制作成 PPT， 你会一门这个编程，这些都是可以定义的能力。当然了，软实力跟硬实力同等重要。软实力主要集中在这个社交和你的情商方面的这个学习，所以呢，它主要注重在这个团队你是否有团队合作和谈判的精神，你是否有积极的态度，有诚实自信的这个面对事物的这个态度。三是有策划和时间管理的能力。四是有没有创新辩证的思维，用于现在的这个就职或者入学。现在呢，世界500强以及许多的顶尖的大学都需要学生同时具备硬实力和软实力，所以硬实力是大家一直都在提供培养的，软实力是大家一直忽视的，所以呢，软实力是可以被培养的实力。
So just to review, these employability skills are what need to be developed within university and before, as well as beyond. So these are those fundamental skills, the personal skills, the teamwork, and the innovation. Now, within this program, we will be harnessing and developing those skills so that students are completely prepared for university, as well as for the future beyond. And this is so imperative to their success.
好，大家可以看见这个21世纪的核心竞争力，然后就是受雇佣的能力，我们也简称它是软实力，主要分为4个大部分：一是基础能力，然后上面的这个 PPT 上也有写；二是个人管理能力，三是团队协作能力，四是创新能力。这些能力呢，都是会帮助这个学生在这个大学申请和以后的这个职位的这个申请方面都有非常大的助力的。
Now, we are going to speak over the next little bit about how we can infuse these into your children and into yourselves. And through this program, we are going to do so.
我们现在呢就要介绍一下这个怎么样去提升这些能力，然后让你更加从未来这个中受益。
So just to give you an example, these are the questions that massive corporate companies are asking. IBM, a real interview question, speaking with the HR department, they ask, what is a unique and innovative way that you can use this brick that is not its typical use? Now, this you wouldn't think as being a typical question that you would get for IBM. But what they want to see is that those who are applying for jobs, are they innovative? Are they creative? Can they think on their feet instantly? And these are the skills that will be honed in on within this program.
大家现在看见的呢，就是Dr. Keri 和这个 IBM 公司 一个世界级的企业，然后一个真实的这个面试题目就是询问你，如果你看见一块砖，除了普通的用处之外，还有什么独特创新的方法来使用？这个是为了考察这个受雇佣的这个人的创新能力，然后他的创造力，他是否有这个辩证思维，能够把一个普通的事物用辩证的态度去观察对待，这都是世界级企业所寻求的这个雇员的特质。
So just to let you know, this program will be delivered in a virtual or remote sense. This is how we are now. It's face-to-face, as face-to-face as you can be during this COVID time. But there are so many amazing benefits from it. One, it is called synchronous learning. That is where you are face-to-face in real time, working with the presenters and professors, as well as mentors from Fortune 500 companies. You could be anywhere in the world. You can be here in Toronto. You could be in Vancouver, Alberta, China, all over the world, and you can be part of this program. It is applicable to all high school students, regardless of your area of interest in your field and what university you're planning on attending. So you can plan on going to a university in China. You can plan on going to a university in BC. You can plan on going to university in New York. Everybody can be part of this program. Now, being part of a remote learning or a virtual learning platform, it allows you to build the technological and fluency in the digital community, which is so important right now. It allows you to have these unprecedented opportunities that would not necessarily happen for high school students. It allows you to connect with peers around the world and create an incredible network with your mentors and your coaches and the presenters. And it keeps these real work placement experiences during these challenging times. And finally, and most importantly, it keeps up with the digital age and modernization. So you are building these skills along the way.
好的，Keri 博士强调了这个我们的项目都是在线上学习的，然后现在因为这个疫情的原因呢，所有的项目都是在线上学习，但是呢，线上学习呢和线下学习最大的不同是，它拥有许多线下学习都没有的优点。一是线上呢可以同步的学习，你一样是和公司企业高管或者是大学教授面对面进行学习，这样你就不受任何的地域限制，你可以在多伦多，也可以在温哥华，也可以在世界的各地，然后你也不会受限于这个学习的专业和对大学有不同的追求，然后所有学生呢都会有这个适用的学习方式，然后培养呢对这个数码以及科技的这个运用的熟练度，然后与就是世界各地的这个同龄的学习者，这是在线下都没有办法做到的，一起就是学习。然后呢，是因为现在这个环境所趋，所以要跟进这个科技和现在的发展，然后线上学习也是非常重要的一个技能。
So let's go through this program. It is called the Entrepreneurial Mindset and Innovative Thinking Application Program, and we will go through each of the steps of this program.
现在我们来讲一下这个 EMIA 的这个 program。就是这个项目的概要，我们叫它创新创业项目。
So this program is made up of separate parts that all conglomerate together so that it is a very succinct and it flows extremely well. So it begins with a 2-hour workshop from academic coaches. I'll introduce you to their bios in just a moment. And this prepares all of the students for the entire program and how to effectively prepare your academic application for university, no matter where you're going, no matter what university you're going to. Now, you don't need to be in grade 12 graduating this year to be part of this program. It's really important, even for grade 9, grade 10, grade 11 students, to start setting themselves up for success, and this would be a great goal and great path to start taking. Now, after this session, Friday evenings for 5 weeks starting on October 30th, students will come in using the Zoom link provided to the Youth Soft Skills Improvement Program. And we will be speaking about this in more detail in following slides.
如果听完就做一下那个肩膀的运动。
This is from 6:30 to 8:30. I'm just going to ask that you mute yourselves as we're able to hear people. This is from 6:30 to 8:30 on Friday evenings, and this will be followed by an academic coaching session for specifically gearing towards using your and preparing your academic application using exemplars and different samples. On Saturdays, from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock p.m. Canadian Toronto time, the students will be working for 5 weeks in a row every Saturday with a different Fortune 500 company on an advanced enterprise work engagement where they are able to apply the soft skills within a real work environment. And then finally, everything will finish off on Saturday, December 5th from 1:30 to 3:30, where there will be a 2-hour consolidation workshop on merging soft skills with work experience and having a polished academic application ready for university.
好的，大家现在看见呢是这个项目的所有的部分的概要，然后呢，它主要分为一个流线型的这个过程。一是呢，它会在这个2小时的前置课程，由这个舒利克和 DeGoote 商学院教授亲自指导这个学生进行大学文书和大学申请的详细指导和展开。然后这个 Keri 博士也强调了说，这个项目呢不只是为了12年级正在准备大学申请的学生准备的，也是为了9到11年级左右的高中生以后想为这个自己的大学申请添一笔这个提高自己的核心竞争力所准备的项目。所以呢，每周五的晚上6点半到8点30呢，会进行这个软实力的提升学术课程，总共有5周的课程。然后在软实力学术课程结束之后，有8点45到9点15分钟的这个2位商学院教授对这个对大学申请的这些高中生进行的一个大学申请的详细指导，从他们的角度出发，然后来就是指导你的这个大学申请有没有什么问题。然后每周6的上午9点到下午1点，我们会安排所有的这个参加项目的学生进行世界500强的企业的这个高级企业实践，都是由这个世界级企业的内部高管进行带领，进行这个实践的。这些呢都会在之后会每一部分都用详情给大家讲清楚。然后最后呢，在12月5号，也就是一个星期六，会有2个小时的时间，这2位商学院的教授呢会对大家的这个学习和实践进行一个总结，然后之后的所有人的大学文书以及大学申请的详细指导和展开，教授都会进行1对1的个性化的这个文书的修改和提出这些申请和文书应该修改的意见。
So just to get into the different aspects of the program, I will actually be leading the Friday evening sessions from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. This is entirely my research and what I train people around the world with, not just high school students, not just university students, but I work with different corporate companies to help train even their senior executives in these Fortune 500 companies on their soft skills and on ensuring that they are being used consistently with all the work that they do within that environment.
大家看见了这个每周5晚上的学术课程呢，授课教授呢就是 Keri 博士的本人。然后 Keri 博士呢对这个21世纪核心竞争力，也就是这个软实力，已经有非常多年的这个教学经验了。他不仅仅是教授这个本科生或者研究生，他也教授世界及企业的高管以及政府人员，所以呢，他自己的一个研究的中心都是放在这个21世纪软实力的这个课题上的。然后大家也可以看见一些详细的介绍，在这个 slides 上面都可以进行了解。
So This entire program starts off with a session, a 2-hour session and we are choosing between dates based on those who apply for the program, what works best. Either Saturday, October 24th from 10 to 12 p.m. Toronto time, or Thursday, October 29th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Toronto Canadian time. But this 2-hour workshop is for everybody involved in the program, and it is to frame the academic university application. What are the areas that are needed? How are we going to harness the skills learned in this program within that? You are going to learn exactly what is needed from each of the sections, no matter what university you're applying to. This is a very generic overview on how to effectively write your university application. Now we have Dr. Haniyeh Yousofpour and Sanjay Dhebar, who I will be showing you their bio in a moment. But these are both professors at business schools. Sanjay is with the School of Business at York University, and Haniyeh is at the School of Business at McMaster University. But you don't need to be geared towards business to be able to benefit from this program. It actually benefits anybody, whether you're in the arts, whether you're looking into the sciences or maths. This is something that will help frame your entire experience moving forward into university.
大家看见的这一页这个 PPT 呢，是关于这个刚刚提到的这个前置课程的所有的详细安排。它会在10月24号或者是10月29号，一切都要看这个项目的学生的时间。然后他的授课教师呢是麦克马斯特商学院的 Haniyeh 教授，以及舒利克商学院的 Sanjay 教授。然后这2位教授呢会为大家指导这个关于申请大学之后的，将所有的项目所学的知识和经历如何融汇在自己的大学申请个人文书课外活动里。然后教授会给大家就是做这个示范，怎么样能在这个顶级名校的招生官的眼中让你的申请项目脱颖而出，然后教你手把手学会这个大学申请。然后这个课程呢是会为所有准备大学的申请的学生进行上课的，所以呢不仅是这个12年级9到11年级都是具有非常大的价值的。然后Keri 博士强调了，就是不仅仅是申请这个商学院的学生，或者是这个也不限于就是申请约克大学，所有的大学申请都在这个项目里是适用的。
So Sanjay Dhebar, he is a professor at Schulich School of Business. He is an award-winning professor at that, and his strategy management is his forte, and he knows exactly what universities are looking for in students, particularly in business schools, but has a very well-rounded understanding of university and is able to coach the students on that. Now, Dr. Haniyeh Yousofpour, she is managing in the entire framing of DeGoote School of Business at McMaster University. And again, she deals with team dynamics. Her entire research is on that team dynamics, looking at soft skills, looking at exactly what universities need from their students, both in the business realm, but also in other fields as well. So it doesn't matter if you are in grade 9, if you're in grade 11, if you're in grade 12 going to university, this particular course, the entire course in itself, is great for everybody applying, whether they're applying in Canada, whether they're applying in the US, whether they're applying in China.
大家所看见的就是刚刚介绍这个前置桥梁课程的授课教授，一位是舒利克商学院的教授 Sanjay， 一位是 DeGoote 商学院，就是麦克马斯特商学院教授Haniyeh。然后Sanjay 呢是在舒利克学院有10年工作经验的教授，他也是同时是世界级这个高级管理者的导师，然后呢对这个市场和商业方面的策划呢有非常深的经验，然后是2019年舒利克教育大奖的提名者。然后麦克马斯特的Haniyeh教授呢是哈佛出身的知名教授，然后是多项这个教育大奖的获得者，他是掌控这个麦克马斯特这个 学院的这些项目的开发以及这个大框架的构成的核心人物。
So just to give you more of an idea of the soft skills portion of the program that occurs on Friday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30, of which I will be delivering that program. It starts October 30th and runs through to December 4th. November, we skip a week in November and go into the 13th. As there are no sessions on the 6th. But this will give the students a very hands-on, meaningful task approach to soft skill development. Now, right now, I'm delivering the information to you. It's very stand and receive, and that's it. That's not how these sessions are geared within the 6:30 to 8:30. They are interactive. They get the students involved. They get them thinking. They're able to actually apply the skills that they learned to real-world projects, and cases and video analyses, and it provides opportunities through this interactive lecture for the students to implement and receive constructive feedback and growth. And by doing this, they're able to speak to this in interviews, they're able to apply it to all of their applications, and they're able to use this in university to be successful and then beyond.
现在大家看见的呢，是刚刚介绍完前置桥梁课程的部分，然后学术课程的部分，就是软实力课程的部分呢，是这个 Keri 博士所教授的。然后呢，他是每周五的晚上6点半到8点半的课程。然后呢Keri 博士具体强调了这个软实力的学习的这些课程呢，是以这个互动式的，然后易上手的学习任务，然后还有真实的案例及视频学习，就是哈佛大学的这个商业案例，以及导师提供真实有效的这个互动学习，来增进就是学生的这个关于软实力的技能的提升的。所以呢，跟现在的讲座有所不同。现在的讲座呢是Dr. Keri 单方面的给大家传递信息，但是在这个课程中呢，是一个互动式的，然后学习式的，有多方面的这个任务的一个体验。
So just to frame each week, on October 30th from 6:30 to 8:30, I will be working with the students on an overall 21st century competency development and soft skills development. And then each week following, we will focus and hone in on specific skills that they need within the university to be successful. So critical thinking and problem solving skill development on November 13th. November 20th is creativity and innovation and entrepreneurial thinking. On November 27th will be collaboration and communication. And on December 4th will be a growth mindset and being adaptable in this changing world, changing environment, ensuring the students have tips and skills for a very balanced mental health and academic growth mindset.
大家现在看见呢是5周的这个学习的这个主题，然后 Dr. Keri 强调了这些主题呢都是会帮助学生在这个大学中，还有将来的这个职业发展中成功的5个重要的主题。从30号到12月4号，然后呢是以21世纪核心竞争力、辩证思维和解决问题的能力、创新思维和企业家思维、合作交流的能力和成长性思维和适应能力，这些实力呢都是帮助学生在大学中或者在以后的求职过程中成功的重要因素。所以呢，这5大主题都是软实力课程的核心重点。
So just to finish off with the Friday night sessions, we discussed the overview of the course. So it starts with an introduction of that soft skill. We go into a video analysis and discussion. We include hands-on real-world activities that the students will learn to develop these strategies. We will do a case study that's currently in action. And then the students will break out into smaller groups so that they feel comfortable and able to work and really build this network of collaboration and hone in on those skills, where I will work individually with the students within those groups on these case studies. They will come back, they'll present their outcomes from that, and then we will do a summary and I will give the students feedback and how to apply these to university and beyond.
给大家一个这个软实力课程一节课到底是什么样的。首先，他会通过这个真实案例介绍软实力到底是什么，然后通过视频材料跟学生一起进行讨论和分析，然后通过活动着手实践，将软实力运用于策划之中，然后有许多这个哈佛顶级商学院的这个案例的学习，然后呢，学生会被分组，然后由导师单独进行小组辅导和案例学习，然后每一次的课程的最后呢，都会进行一个讲座，然后以组为单位，然后进行今天学习的一个案例的内容的总结，然后最后呢会把这个软实力如何能在这个大学和将来的这个规划发展中起到作用做一个当日的日程的课程总结。
Now, following that, there is an academic coaching session from Haniyeh and Sanjay, who I had introduced you to. Now, the students are giving a bit of a break, 15 minutes to kind of regroup. And then for the next 15 minutes, these two amazing professors help bridge the industry, the capital market job industry, with the academic industry, and they help the students build their academic applications at this time. So the students will work with their own application. They will not have to show it to anybody else, but they will be given explicit instruction for each of the sections of the application as to how to apply these experiences, both from the soft skill development as well as the corporate work placement, which I'll be speaking to momentarily, and how to use those experiences to really get their application noticed. Now, we will give them models, we will give examples, we will guide them through the application and give them personalized feedback. So by the end of this program, the students will have a completed university application that they can use to whatever universities that they want to apply to, that is polished, that is professional, that is expert, and will get their application moved to the top of the list.
好，大家现在所看呢，就是在软实力课程结束之后，也就是8点30，大家休息15分钟之后进行的一个桥梁课程。这个桥梁课程的作用呢，教导导师呢是刚刚已经介绍给大家的这个Sanjay教授和Haniyeh教授，然后这两位教授呢会指导这些学生进行大学申请和文书的一个撰写的过程，然后呢，教授呢会揭秘大学申请中的每一个部分到底应该如何的填写和如何的去升华，然后呢，提供成功的这个大学申请案例呢，供所有的学生进行参考和学习。然后教授会对每一位参加项目的大学的学生进行这些大学申请和个人文书的1对1修改，都是在这个课程中会进行指导。然后呢，Keri 博士也强调了这个呢是适用于所有的大学申请，不仅仅是舒利克的大学，也是北美以及世界性的大学申请，所有的学校都是适用的。
Now, to get into the second half of this program, so we have our Friday evening soft skills, university application development, and then we have to take these skills and actually apply them to real work experiences. And this is where this comes in. So this portion of our program is called the Advanced Enterprises Work Engagement Session and is on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., again, Toronto Canadian time, where students will be working with 5 different executive company mentors from 5 different companies. There will be no session on November 7th, but it will run from October 31st to December 5th, allowing students to cultivate these management concepts, these strategies, these skills, abilities, and soft skill competencies within a real work experience at a Fortune 500 company. So this is a very unique opportunity for students because typically school students do not get to work with senior executives in companies and be able to network and build a relationship with these particular individuals at such a young age. But here they're able to work on case studies which are current in the market in that company that they're working on, and that mentor is able to scaffold and guide the students to continue to develop and harness those skills.
大家现在看见呢，是我们已经介绍完这个项目的学术部分了，所以呢，我们要把所学的知识呢全部运用于这个实践中。所以呢，这些实践部分呢是在每周六的早上9点到下午1点进行授课，然后呢，项目的实践部分是发生于5大这个世界级企业，然后呢，这些教授的人物呢都是来自于世界级企业内部的高级管理人士，作为学生的导师，然后呢跟这个高中的学生建立联系，这是一个就是非常少见的，就是能在就是这么小的这个年龄段就可以接触到这些企业高管，与他们建立人脉联系的一个非常好的机会。然后呢，这个实践经历呢是会跟这些企业内部的企业高管一起研讨他们时下正在着手的企业内的实时项目进行研讨，然后进行分析，然后给他们提供相应的解决方案。所以呢，这是一个对于高中生来说绝无仅有的这个进入企业内部的一个珍贵的机会。
So just to get in, on October 31st, you will be working with CIBC on 21st century development competencies within a real project that they're working on at CIBC. November 24th, you'll be working with Accenture on critical thinking and problem solving. November 21st will be Shopify on innovation and entrepreneurial thinking. November 28th will be with Samsung with a focus on collaboration and communication. And finally, on December 5th, you'll be working with a mentor from IBM and looking at growth mindset and adaptability through the case study that they'll be examining.
大家现在看见呢是企业实践部分，10月31号到12月5号，所有的5家企业，CIBC，皇家帝国银行 ，Accenture，艾森哲，管理咨询公司 ，Shopify，Samsung 就是三星，然后 IBM 公司，这5家公司呢会分别就是关于5个主题，就是关于软实力的主题，将学术的部分运用在这个高级企业的实践部分中，就是这5家就是世界性的企业。
So just to go through the framework of these Saturday sessions, the morning will start with a mentor introduction, a company and corporate introduction, an overview of all the different departments that are available in this company, a department introduction, and then finally, the current projects that this company is working on and how these projects impact the greater global community. Then they will be talking about how soft skills are imperative to the success at their company, and how does the mentor utilize these 21st century competencies within this corporate environment. Then they will be moving into outlining the case study project, which we'll be discussing shortly, that directly employs these soft skills specifically within this and allows the students within their interviews to speak specifically about how they use their soft skills within that corporate environment. The students will work through case studies in small breakout rooms where the mentor will work with individual groups, and then they will present their outcomes to the mentor and finally be given feedback with final thoughts and question and answers.
现在大家看见呢是企业这个每周6的这个实践的一个安排的一个流程。首先呢，他们会在这个企业高管里头会进行这个公司的介绍，所有的职位介绍，以及这个世界级企业的内部部门详解，然后让大家了解到自己之后学习的专业呢到底应该怎么样，就是能够进入到这个世界级的企业，然后在这个企业中一个工作的展望，然后他现在这些企业的实施项目以及项目对公司的 任何的积极影响或者是消极影响。然后呢，我们企业高管呢也会把就是软实力是怎么样在这个职业，就是他的这个这些技能上就是使用在这个公司中的，然后呢如何将这个21世纪竞争力运用在企业环境中的，然后呢会给学生布置这个公司现在正在着手的实时的这个项目进行学习和讨论，然后会把就是学生分为小组，然后呢开单独的房间，然后导师对你进行单独的指导和研究学习。然后之后呢，大家会分为小组进行这个项目的研究成果的汇报，然后得到这个企业高管的点评，以及他讨论这个项目应该如何发展。然后最终呢，这个课程呢会有一个最终的总结和这个答疑的环节。然后这个就是一次这个企业实践安排的所有流程内容。
So with CIBC, we have a fantastic mentor. It's Elizabeth Loretta, and she is Senior Manager of Government Relations and Public Policies at CIBC. And she is very interested in helping to build these 21st century competencies within all of her employees. So you'll see this is how the case study is framed. So they will give an organizational background. With this particular case study, they'll give divisional information, how her department is involved in this case study, because this is current work that they're actually working on that typically high school students would never see because it is so confidential.
现在大家看见呢是皇家帝国银行，也就是 CIBC 的这个高管的资料和以及这个案例是如何分布的。然后这个高管呢叫 Elizabeth， 她是政府管理公共政策的高级经理，然后是前政府机构经济行政决策的主管和新成员。然后大家看到这个屏幕的左边呢，就是他的这个项目以及公司的背景介绍，就是大家会着手的一个概念图。然后之后有详细的就是这个项目是什么样的案例，会有一个详细的介绍给大家。
So then the case studies go into a project summary that explain everything to the students, but I will go to the next slide because I've summarized it in a little bit of an easier way.
现在看见呢是这个项目的概要，然后呢下一封 PPT 呢，我们把这个概要总结了一下，然后给大家介绍一下。
So the case study highlights, it is developing 21st century competencies within CIBC. So CIBC has been sanctioned by Focus Gold, which is a mining company, very, very large in Canada, to provide financial advice for their polar bear mining operation, which is a mining operation up north in Northern Ontario, in order to receive an extension grant to remain operational for the next 10 years. But cutting costs. So they have implemented this new VOD technology, and they want to adhere to strict environmental and governmental standards. And you, within this case study, are going to be exploring, which is a real work project that they're working on at CIBC, how they might cut costs. You'll be learning about financial analysts. You'll be learning from the global analyst, a wealth analyst, and all of those financial ramifications. It doesn't matter if you're in the arts. It doesn't matter if you are in the sciences or business or the math. This is something that everybody can apply all of their thinking skills to.
现在大家看见呢是 CIBC 现在用的这个案例，然后项目到底是什么样的一个概要。然后呢，这个企业用于的实践软实力呢是这个21世纪核心竞争力。然后这个项目呢，这个案例的概要呢已经在下方了，就是说 CIBC 现在受到这个 Focus Gold 的支持，然后为这个北极熊采矿业务呢提供财政建议。然后在严格遵守这个环境和政府要求的同时呢，要削减成本，来获得这个扩展拨款，在未来10年内保持运营的这样一个案例。然后呢，Dr. Keri 也强调了说，这个不仅仅就是这个案例呢是注重于这个金融分析这方面的，但是呢， 无论你是学习财政也好，学习艺术或者文学也好，每个人都会在之后用到这些能力。所以呢，这个案例不仅仅是针对于只想学习金融或者学习数学背景的学生适用。
Now, on November 14th, the students will have a placement with Accenture, which is a major consulting company, globally recognized, with a senior manager, Brandon Bell, who is in retail industry consulting. Now, he will be focusing on critical thinking and problem solving within his case study. Again, this is a real project that Accenture is working on, typically not available to high school students or university students because it is something that the employees at Accenture have been sanctioned to work on.
现在大家看见呢是艾森哲高级管理公司，然后这家企业是一个世界级的企业的高级主管，这个零售企业的高级经理 Brandon 的一个资料。然后呢，这也是就是一个概略图，就是他们会这个实施项目。这个项目呢，一般是不对高中生甚至于大学生开放的，这是他们雇员内部的公司真正的内部的项目。所以呢，之后会有一个概要给大家看见。
Now, again, it's sanctioned or it's organized the same way, but really the highlights are it is working on critical thinking and problem solving. Now, Target, which is a clothing, it's almost like a Walmart. Many of you would know Target because it is huge, especially within the United States. It wanted to expand to Canada between 2011 and 2013, and it took over many of the Zellers stores that were here in Canada. Now, this expansion was expected to reap enormous benefits and monetary gains for Target, but instead, the chain suffered tremendous losses of over $2 billion in 2 years. So Accenture has been tasked by the company to see how they could have cut their losses, what they could have done differently, reasons for them and solutions for them to have not lost so much, because what they want to do is Target wants to try to expand again, both in the Canadian market, but also in the Asian market. So they're sanctioning the students through this case study, something that they're working on right now, as to how might they utilize this information from the past to inform the future.
大家现在看见这个项目案例呢，是艾森哲公司提供的这个项目案例。然后它在企业实践中运用的软实力，主要是以辩证思维和解决问题能力为主。然后这个项目案例呢，是指这个美国的 Target 这个超市，它其实是一个非常大的这个连锁百货。然后呢，它在这个在加拿大的这个扩展中呢，非常的失败，因为它的目的是在扩展中得到更多的利益，但是呢，它在2年中就损失了超过20亿美元。所以呢，艾森哲已经被委派为这个 Target 的咨询公司，然后查明这个巨大损失的原因和解决方案，然后为 Target 呢未来的扩展项目进行一个咨询。所以呢，学生呢会就本案例进行批判性的分析，然后帮 Target 做出不同的方式运作，避免此类的损失。然后学生呢将承担这个艾森哲的一名顾问的这个任务，然后进行这个案例的分析。
Okay, so then we get into Shopify, and Shopify is the largest e-commerce company in all of Canada, and it wants to expand to the world. Now, you will be working with Amir Jafar, who is the growth workshop team specialist and executive director for that particular team. So again, you're seeing these mentors are very, very high up in their company and typically don't take on high school students. But the well-roundedness of this program is that you are able to work with different companies from different fields to be able to harness all of these skills.
大家现在看见呢是这个加拿大的公司 Shopify， 然后呢就是有点像就是加拿大的淘宝，然后呢这个产品管理和产品增进的这位导师，然后呢他是之前这个加拿大技术孵化器的最大的这个技术孵化器的原始成员，然后这个也是一个案例的概要给大家看一看。
So again, framed like all the other projects, this particular project and case study is focusing on innovation and entrepreneurial thinking. So Shopify, as explained, is a multinational e-commerce platform that has brought in a revenue of $1.58 billion with $3.49 billion in total assets just in 2019 and is looking to expand internationally. So this case study has the growth and user acquisition team wants to investigate expansion in 4 main areas of the company. They want to look at customer support, product team, partner team, and growth team, and is looking for more participants in that program to use innovation, creativity, entrepreneurial thinking, and skills to evaluate different approaches for expansion and develop the best strategies to secure these international customers. So your ideas that you give to Shopify will be used moving forward, and you might see them actually go to market, which is pretty exciting.
现在大家看见的是这个 Shopify 的这个案例的精华总结，然后呢，企业实践运用的软实力呢是创新思维和企业家思维。然后 Shopify 呢是跨国的电子商务平台，它在19年的总收入呢已经达到了13.8亿美元，所以呢，它现在呢正在寻求这个国际扩张。所以呢，作为一个学生，你会着手这个国际扩张的项目，然后调查这个4个领域的公司主要的4个领域的拓展、客户支持、产品团队、合作伙伴团队以及增长团队等等，为这个扩展计划呢做一个评估，然后呢采取制定最佳的策略来扩展这个国际的市场。然后呢，你的所有的想法和这个项目方案呢都有可能被这个 Shopify 采用，所以呢是非常激动人心的。如果呢你的想法能够被 Shopify 采用的话， Shopify 之后的这个商业理念呢有可能会有你的想法在里边。
Now I see questions coming in through the group chat, which is fantastic. And I will address all of those questions at the end because they are really good questions.
Dr. Keri 说他在这个聊天框里呢看见有非常多的问题，等会儿呢都会为大家进行解答。
Okay, so Samsung is the next company, which you will have a placement at November 28th. You have Angelo DeLuca, who is an incredible leader within Samsung, and he is the head of his entire department and is looking for opportunities to provide to you. Now, Mary Kay is a company that they're working for. So Samsung is sanctioned from many, many companies globally to provide their communication, their networking, and their technology for their particular company.
大家现在看见呢是三星高级企业导师的这个详细资料，他是有20余年这个 IT 从业经验，前 IBM 核心的高级技术成员和前 LG 公司核心的高级技术成员。然后大家看见的这个案例概要呢，之后会有一个总结给大家说明。
So he is honing in specifically on communication and collaboration skills to show you how this case study really utilizes these skills. But Samsung has very recently, within 2 or 3 weeks ago, been sanctioned by Mary Kay, one of the world's largest direct selling companies of high quality skincare and cosmetic products, for the purpose of enhancing their digital signage, so where you see signs digitally around, in order to extend their communication, text to message, to reach their current and future employees. Now, right now, they're using email, they're using things, and that's not working so effectively for them. So they want to know what they can do to further pursue this. Now, whether you're looking at mathematics, whether you're looking at the arts, graphic designing, all of these will be employed here because you will be looking at the qualitative data as well as the quantitative data and putting everything together. Participants will be involved in investigating and advising on digital display technology models, zone-to-zone communication, and the integration of cell phones into the digital signage model by the guidance of the mentor. And this is not done yet. So this is something that, again, students, if you give some great ideas to this particular project, you might see your work on market where you can see it in action.
大家现在看见的是3星的这个项目的概要。这个实践的案例，然后呢，企业实践运用的软实力是交流与合作这方面的软实力的运用。然后3星呢，现在正受到这个全球最大的这个优质护肤和化妆品直销公司玫琳凯的这个委托，然后呢，为其增强这个电子广告的以及他这个职员和未来员工的这个通讯的这些技术问题的增进。然后呢，学生呢会进行这个项目的参与，然后呢，关于这个数字显示的技术模型，然后区域间通信以及手机集成的数字标牌这些研究中进行建议。然后 Dr. Keri 也提了，这个项目呢是3星正在进行的项目，所以呢，之后这个项目完成的时候呢，有可能你会看见你自己的商业想法呢会在这个3星的这个项目的最终成果中体现，所以也是非常激动人心的一个实际案例。
Now, the final work placement will be on December 5th, and this will be with IBM. Now, you have none other than Lisa Marie Chen, who is currently the head of the designed go-to-market strategy at IBM. So she is very, very high up in her company. There's nobody higher than her in her department. And she is willing to work with the students because she feels so passionate about having this available to them so that you can move towards every place in the future within your own realm.
好，现在大家看见的是 IBM 的这个高级管理导师的介绍。然后呢，这位这个 Lisa 呢是设计策划部门的总监，所以她就是设计策划部门的最高领导人，没有人已经比她更高了。然后刚刚 Dr. Keri 说的，所以呢，她会带领学生，然后进行呢这些IBM 的现有的项目的一个指导。然后呢，她也非常激动，能跟就是学生进行合作。
Now, her particular project is gearing towards having a growth mindset, being adaptable, being flexible. Now, the marketing behind the IBM Business Intelligence is responsible for creating new campaigns, particularly for new technology. This technology that they're just starting is called STU Analytics, and it's a non-coding analytic for visualization of data. So you don't have to have coding experience, and I should preface this with, for all of the other companies as well, you don't have to have that experience. They will teach you everything. So not only are you learning to utilize these skills and these competencies within this project, but you're also learning so much from that program or from that department. So within this, they will be looking, the marketing team behind STU Analytics wants to attract more customers with this new digital solution. They've tried running ads on social media and investing in SEO and SEM. However, the impact has been limited. So they want to find out specifically from you as students. They want to know from the student population, what is a good approach that they can take to grow their market shares? What is the best channel to reach students? How do students learn about new software and applications? And who are the key influencers that the marketing team should be working with? Now, your task as students within this will be to create these new solutions and create this awareness for STU Analytics. Again, the work that you do within this 9 to 1 or 1 o'clock p.m. session will be very, very important towards the company.
现在大家看见呢，这个 IBM 的案例呢，是在企业实践中运用的软实力是成长性思维和这个适应性的心态。然后 IBM 呢，现在在创造这个新的营销活动，然后针对这个 STU 新技术呢，就是一种用于数据可视化的非编码分析的一个技术，进行一个营销，来用数字解决的方案吸引更多的客户。然后呢，你参加这个案例，你是不需要学会编程的，就是你是任何一个专业背景的学生都可以。他们呢，在尝试呢，在社交媒体上投放广告，然后投资 SEO， 但是呢，影响都有限。所以呢，他们希望就是通过这个学生身份，然后呢， 接触学生的最佳途径到底是什么样的，学生如何学习，就是用这些新软件和应用程序。然后呢，如果你的想法呢能够就是提供给 IBM， 然后这个正在进行的这个项目呢，之后这个项目完成的时候呢，有可能你的想法呢也会被 IBM 采用，所以也是非常激动人心的一个案例的学习。
So just to review, the students will have the Friday evenings will be on the soft skill development. So before they go into the company, they will really get to know and develop those skills. Then they will have that session with the academic coaches on how to apply these skills to their resume or their application for university. And then they have the next day on Saturday, they get to apply these skills to the real world, to this case study. They will receive feedback from their mentors, and then the following Friday, we will review everything that they've learned and get into the new soft skills. So it's really nice in terms of the cyclical aspects of this entire program. To finish off, they will have been building their application every single week as they move forward. And to finish off on Saturday, December 5th, right after their mentorship with IBM, the academic coaches again will be bridging the soft skills and the work placement and consolidating both. We are going to reflect on the project and learning. We are going to talk about how to transfer all of this understanding to their academic careers. We're going to be looking at their academic applications and personal statements, not in front of everybody, but we will be looking at it. When I say we, I've been on many acceptance committees for undergraduate and graduate level programs at 2 separate universities, so I know exactly what they're looking for. So the 3 of us will work with the students on giving personalized one-on-one feedback. So while, for instance, Haniyeh is presenting to the students, we'll be pulling one at a time into a breakout room to look at their application, give them instant feedback, then they go back into the larger session. And it's a chance for us to really give the most productive and effective feedback on this particular application using all of their experiences. Because at university, when they are submitting their application, we are looking to see what experiences do you have? How do you speak to those experiences? Now, the work placement gives those experiences, allows you to speak to, within this case study, I did this and this. I was able to harness these skills, learn through a soft skills program to show A, B, and C. And this is how it's gone to market. This will conclude with the closing ceremony and certificate distribution, which I'll be explaining in a minute.
大家现在看见呢，是所有的学术加实践项目结束之后，有一个总结和大学申请最后升华的这样一个总结性的课程。然后呢，教授课程呢是刚刚已经介绍到的舒利克商学院和 DeGoote 商学院的这个教授。然后他们会将你在学术和实践的项目中学到的所有课程进行一个融合和总结，然后将项目所学习到的知识如何写进你的面试，如何运用在你的大学申请的面试中，或者你个人的文书，或者你个人的履历之中，然后亲自指导大学学生呢，高中学生呢进行大学申请和个人文书的这个升华和修改。然后之后呢，会有就是单独的房间，然后会1对1的由Keri 博士，然后2位商学院教授，因为 Keri 博士本人呢也有10多年的这个招生，就是招收这个研究生和本科生的经验，所以呢由他们3人为你们1对1的进行这个个人文书的升华，以及你的这些知识是如何能作为你的素材，然后写进你的个人文书、个人履历和之后需要进行的面试中，你是如何能够去解答的。特别要说的一点呢，就是说之后呢，在这个课程的最后呢，Dr. Keri 呢会颁发这个证书，然后呢用于就是全球范围大学的申请。然后呢，这个证书呢也是用于这个大学申请中一个很重要的加分项。
Okay. And just to be clear, so Sanjay is a professor at Schulich. He is not on the acceptance committee at Schulich, but is able to just give his experience in this wealth of knowledge. As with Haniyeh Yousofpour, she is not on the acceptance committee at DeGoote, but again, she is able to give her experience in wealth of knowledge.
然后 Dr. Keri 需要强调的呢，这2位商学院教授都是舒利课的在教教授，他不是来管这个招生范围的，但是呢，他们会根据这个他们的就是这个出发点，给大家进行更多的指导。
So there are obviously very, very obvious benefits to the students, and I just want to go through a couple of those. First of all, not only are students building the necessary connections with academic and corporate professors and mentors, they are building this incredible network where they can stay in touch with these mentors. They can stay in touch with these academic professors and myself as they move through their academic career for advice, for guidance, for networking, to see and meeting new people. So this is a very, very important connection. Secondly, they are building these imperative soft skills through real world applications needed, number one, for the entrance for their universities, but then also to be successful in university and beyond, because it goes so far beyond just your marks. It goes beyond that. Next, they will get exclusive opportunities to work placements, direct preparation and experience for universities and beyond. This does not happen. It is not available to high school students typically. And within this virtual environment, you could be anywhere in this world, applying to any university in this world to reap the benefits of this. You are awarded 2 certificates from this particular experience. Your first certificate, which you can use for your portfolio, is a certificate of excellence of involvement in the Youth Soft Skills Improvement Program. Now, I am also on the Critical Thinking Consortium Executive Committee, and I am able to train students, train executives on this. So you will receive a very prestigious certificate from York University in collaboration with our Study 17 Club. As well, we have a work placement professional certificate from York University with 17 Education in collaboration with 5 host companies. So you will have the signatures of all of your mentors on the certificate, and these mentors will give you their contact information for you to use as references and beyond. So they don't write reference letters for you, but they do provide you with their reference information. Now, I will be writing a reference letter for every single participant in this program because I am working so closely with you on your Friday evenings. Now, a reference from a director in education, in corporate, and in government is a fantastic reference to have. So you're building those skills. You have a reference letter now that you can use towards your university application. They can call me, they can send, and I consistently am filling out university reference applications for many, many people. This is something that is world recognized. Secondly, or I shouldn't say secondly, but in addition, some of the students will receive a work placement opportunity provided exclusively with 17 Study Club and 17 Education. Now, if you think about this, you really liked your placement at Samsung. You really enjoyed the case study. You can now work in a 1-month program with Samsung where you're getting even more experiences. These are additional programs that we will offer after this, if this is something that after this experience that you're interested in. And finally, and very, very important, you finish this program, not just with all of those skills, certificates, references, but you now have a completed, polished academic application and personal statement that's been revised, given feedback from a number of different professors, executives, to give you that cutting edge and set you above everybody else that's applying for that same program at the same university at the same time.
好的，大家现在看见呢，就是所有项目结束之后，我们学生就是参加的这些学生到底可以获得什么？到底我们从中可以有什么样的帮助？一是我们会建立跟大学教授呢和企业高管的人脉圈，这些呢就是比所有的就是在读的大学生都早了一步建立了这个相关的这些联系。二是呢，在就是学术和这个实践的结合的同时呢，为所有的学生申请大学时呢，已经做好了这个充分的准备。三是呢，因为之前都从来没有开放过给这些高中学生，然后现在呢，因为疫情的关系呢，我们终于有了这个机会呢，去就是企业内部呢实践，然后呢 被这些公司的高管进行指导。然后呢，我们到底会获得什么呢？刚刚呢，这个 Keri 博士也说了，然后有2个证书都是可以用于这个之后的大学申请的。第一个呢，证书呢是由 Keri 博士，也就是 York University 颁发的这个软实力学术课程的项目完成证书。然后第二个呢是和我们这个一起教育。然后第二个呢证书呢是 York University 和这些企业5家企业联合高管一起教育同时给大家颁发的一个企业实践的完成证书。然后这2个项目证书呢用于世界性的大学申请都是OK 的。然后呢，教授呢Dr. Keri 呢会提供给每一个参加者一封由他，因为他跟你教学的时候呢，他会对学生的个人素质呢进行评估，所以呢，他会给每一个人提供一个个性化的这个推荐信，然后你们可以把舒利克教授的这些商学院教授的这些联系方式呢作为推荐人的联系方式，然后呢，每一个人都会得到这个推荐信和推荐人联系方式，然后作为以后申请大学或者是申请研究生、申请工作用的一个强力的背书。然后呢，表现优秀的学生呢也会获得就是一起教育提供的这个500强的世界级的企业机会。所以呢，大家不要错过这个去这个世界级企业里边实践的这个机会，然后了解自己清楚自己未来的这个发展方向。然后之后暑假的时候呢，我们也会提供这个实践项目，就比如说500强的实习，不仅仅是有实习，也会有 mentor 的这个参加来指导学生进行这个实习活动。然后最后呢，最重要呢，就是在项目完成的时候呢，教授手把手修改的这个个人文书和大学申请的材料也是充分的准备完成了，然后学生就是一个可以马上递交的状态。
So I have to say, whether you are applying to a math program at Waterloo, whether you're applying to a medical school in the US, whether you're applying to a business school in Canada, whether you're applying to an art school in China, all of these experiences, universities are looking for the well-roundedness of the individual. Having different work placements at so many different companies demonstrates that well-roundedness. It demonstrates how you're willing to go outside of your particular field, outside of your particular comfort zone. And they want those types of students in their program because those students are not completely siloed into thinking about it's all about math, it's all about medical, it's all about this. They see where those will come in with your marks and things. But what they want to see is, do I have a well-rounded individual who is able to demonstrate those different skills in a multitude of different areas? That's who they are going to be accepting.
Keri 博士又强调了，就是说，无论你是要申请华大的数学系也好，美国大学的医学系也好，或者是中国的任何的专业也好，大学呢看重呢都是一个全面发展的人才，而不是只注重于这个自己专业学习的这个人才。所以呢，有这个去各个不同领域的企业实践的机会呢，是向这个大学证明了你是一个愿意就是踏出自己的舒适圈，愿意去触及其他领域范围，然后全面发展的人才。所以呢，这也是所有大学共同需要的一个全面发展人才所具备的素质。
So this program is targeted at a multitude of audiences. Those who aim at applying to business schools and other university programs across Canada, the United States, Asia, the world, no matter what, not just York University. Any universities that require supplementary forms or additional information for admission, or anybody who is planning ahead to improve their experiences and start developing the necessary soft skills required to have a competitive edge over other candidates, whether you're in grade 9, you're grade 10, you're grade 11, even if you're not applying to university, this helps to set you up for success down the path of that success.
大家现在看见呢，这个项目适用的学生呢，Keri 博士也强调了，现阶段申请商学院或者是任何这个用于学校申请，不仅仅限于约克大学，适用于所有世界型范围、加拿大、美国、亚洲任何学府的学习申请。所以呢，这个项目是没有局限性的。 2是任何这个顶尖名校要求学生提供补充材料和个人文书的，都可以进行项目为这个学生进行加分。然后3是就是任何为自己未来申请大学做提前规划准备的，无论是现在已经在申请大学的12年级学生，还是现在已经在提前规划要为之后申请大学的学生，比如说9到11年级的学生以及申请研究生的学生，都可以在名校申请中提高自己竞争力的项目。所以呢，这个项目的适用范围是这些学生。
So at this point, this concludes the formal presentation, and I would like to thank everybody so very much for listening. I know it went a little bit over, but we were able to give a lot of detail about this particular program. I know there have been a lot of questions that have been coming up in the group chat, and I thank you for those questions. I will stick around for about 15 more minutes to be able to answer those questions. So anybody who wants to stay on the link to hear the answers to these questions, you're more than welcome to. Other than that, I wish you a wonderful evening. And to enroll in this program, you will be reaching out to 119-19989, Canada Incorporated, the company, with David and Erin, our 17 Study Club and 17 Education, and you will get all the details through them. And I very much look forward to meeting all of the participants come October 24th or 29th, whenever we have that first session, as well as within my soft skills section.
好的，然后谢谢大家呢。今天的这个正式的这个讲座已经结束了，然后我们有很多问题需要回答，所以呢，Keri 博士呢会在这儿留15分钟解答大家的问题。然后呢，如果有任何关于这些项目有兴趣的话，都可以联系我一起教育的 Erin 和一起教育的 David， 然后进行联络。然后现在呢，我们就开始就是解答问题。So Keri, I will translate all the Chinese questions for you.
Okay.
Yes, and someone asking if grade 10 could attend. Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And for university international wide, yes, you could attend. I could answer that. Yes. Is every participant will have our professors as referrer for their university application?
Correct. So I actually will write the reference letter to all of the students. When I write the reference letter for the students, I will be seeking communication with all of the mentors. I will be seeking communication with the academic coaches. So all of that will help to inform my interaction with the students and my work with them. So it really is a well-rounded reference letter. But on top of that, the students will receive the reference contacts to Sanjay, Haniyeh, all of the mentors, and myself, so that they could reach out and network with them.
好的，刚刚问的问题呢是所有的每个参加项目的学生呢，在大学申请的时候都会得到教授作为推荐人吗？然后Keri 教授回答的是的。然后呢，所有的学生呢他会跟就是所有的导师进行这个每一个学生的这些情况，和这个上课表现做一个沟通，然后呢为你单独的写一份这个推荐信。而且呢，就是2位商学院教授，就是这个 CNJ 舒利克学院的教授和这个德古特 DeGoote 学院的教授呢，还有Keri 博士本人呢，都会为你提供这个推荐人的联络信息。然后如果大学来联系就是这3位教授的话，3位教授都会如实的向你推荐就是这个学生，然后说这个学生是适合进入这些学校的。所以呢，你会得到的是一封推荐信，来自于 Keri 博士，然后呢3个这个推荐人的联系方式是2个商学院教授以及 Keri 博士个人的推荐人的方式。然后有人问，就是软实力课程是有互动还是只是听课，也是在 Zoom 上课吗？ Keri, a student asked, for the soft training part, do we have like interaction with professors or just listening to the lectures, and also the platform for the soft skill teaching?
Yes. So as mentioned with the soft skill, it is not just listening to the professor. This was an information session, so very different. With the soft skills, we will be interacting, we will be working together. It will be a lot of student work, us talking back and forth, discussions, critical analysis. It will be as if we're face-to-face working together. So it's not a stand and deliver model, it's a very interactive hands-on model.
Keri 教授说了，这个呢项目呢，这个软实力项目呢，不是就是单纯的授课。Keri 教授会作为这个导师呢，与学生进行互动，然后呢和学生一起就是讨论这个项目，然后一起研讨学习。所以呢，不仅仅是单纯的授课。然后刚刚我也提到了，在这个 chat 里边说过了，这个项目呢是在这个约克大学官方的这个 Moodle 上进行授课，然后都是跟就是约克大学学生运用的这个网上授课的系统是一样的。然后someone ask 有人说 just one moment 我想申请滑铁卢的数学系，这个项目有用吗？Someone asks if I want to apply for the mathematics major in Waterloo, is this program helps me?
Absolutely. When they're for mathematics programs specifically, they're looking to see what you have in terms of outside experiences. With these case studies particularly, you'll be working through quantitative data as well as qualitative data. And with math, they want to see that you're not all just quantitative, that you have an understanding of the qualitative, and you're able to cross-intersect and merge these and speak to these experiences specifically. So this would be a tremendous opportunity for math students.
好的，刚刚Keri 博士提到了这个申请数学大学系这个项目是非常有用的，因为不仅数学的时候你要学这个量化的东西，然后这个质化的东西呢你也需要学习，然后呢滑铁卢的这些招生官呢都会就是注重于这个学生呢就是如何把自己的就是学习的经历和经验结合到这个现实的过程中，所以呢也是非常重要的，所以滑铁卢大学申请数学系也是可以参加这个项目，也会对这个申请进行帮助的。Just one moment. Someone ask 有些人问了就是说他现在在学习这个商学院的这些内容，然后if I am a beginner learner about business programs, does it matter a lot?
No, everything the mentors, the coaches, and myself, we're going to be teaching everything. So not only are they learning the soft skills, but they're learning all of the necessary tools, applications, and further content skills that they'll need to be successful in this program.
好的，然后刚刚有人问了，就是他现在已经在学商科的项目了，对这个项目学习有影响吗？然后呢Keri 博士的答案是没有，因为呢这三个项目的这个项目的学习呢都是会就是三位教授呢都不仅仅是会注重这个软实力的实践，也会教你这些就是关于管理啊，然后商业方面的这些学习的这些知识啊，因为他们已经很熟悉这些知识技能了，所以都会教给你的。然后 someone ask if I attend this program, is the admission officer of Schulich will like remember me or have any like good positive impression of me?
Well, it is a good thing, you know, especially with Schulich or any of the business schools, that you do programs in collaboration with York University, which is this program. It is very highly recognized around the world. So that in itself, we talk about how to get recognized, and that in itself is how you get recognized. So when they see in your application, they do an initial scan. I've been on acceptance committees. They'll do an initial scan. They'll see, wow, they were part of this particular program. These were the skills that were developed. These were the companies that they worked with. This is the outcome from that. And then their application, because they have all of these tremendous experiences, will be put to a pile most likely where they say, guess what? This is the type of candidate that we want in our program.
好，刚刚Keri 博士研究了解答了这个有一位同学的问题，参加了这个项目，舒立克商科招生官会不会能记得我，对我有好感呢？然后呢Keri 博士回答是，你参加了这个项目呢，舒立克的商学院的招生官呢都会对就是所有的学生的这个个人文书这些附加材料申请做一个初步的这个扫描工作。如果他看见你在这个项目中参加这个项目，然后对这些项目的获得啊所得啊都是有非常多的实践和学习的经验的，都会就是完全帮助你在这个舒立克招生的这个招生官的印象中进行一个加分。所以呢也是有很大概率就是说你可以会被这个商科的招生官所注意所记住的。然后有人问就是这个 program 非常好，但是由于时间问题可以有分开选择报名的吗？Someone asked, the program is very good, but due to the time arrangement, is it like any options to like separate them, like register the program separately?
At this point in time, this is when the program is running. And there will be other programs running at other times later on, but this is our initial program and this is the time that it's running based on everybody's availability that's involved.
好的，大家听到这个 Keri 博士了，然后有人问就是说这个时间上的问题可以分开选择报名吗？其实是可以的。然后呢，这个项目呢之后呢，如果有任何的这个问题或者有时间上的问题，都可以联系我或者联系David。我之后呢会把这个我们的联络方式都放在这个 chat 里边，大家自行添加就 OK。然后someone ask if I'm not a proficiency in English, can I also attend this program?
There will not be any translation throughout this program. It will be delivered in English. So you will need to have some proficiency so that you understand everything that's going on. So if you're able to do that, or you're able to have somebody help you out in that respect in translating, then that's fine. But really we require for middle to sort of high proficiency in English because it is being delivered.
好，有人问这个语言不好可以参加吗？然后 Keri 博士回答的是，他是纯英文的教授，所以呢，他会要求你有一定的就是英文的这个水平，但是呢，就是所有的项目呢都是可以参加的。然后
So I have time for maybe 2 more questions.
Sure, I will ask. 如果申请美国大学的早期录用，导师的推荐信还来得及吗？Someone asked, they are applying for the early admission of universities in U.S. So is the reference letter could make in time or could help with their application?
Absolutely. We ensure that contact information is given for early acceptance. And so all of this, we work with student timelines. And because we're working consistently with the students so closely and interact with them, then we're able to speak very intelligently about the students and the experiences for all timelines.
好的，有人问就是说申请美国大学的早期录用，导师的推荐信还来得及吗？这个 Keri 博士已经回答，刚刚有类似的问题。然后呢，就是说我们在这个持续的项目中呢，然后 Keri 博士呢会尽早的提供这个大家的这个预录取申请。所以呢，大家的这个申请呢不用担心，就是说这个项目结束之前呢，我们就会把这个推荐人的信息给你，这样子呢不耽误大家的学习申请，因为教授呢都非常了解这个大学申请的时间点，所以呢不会耽误大家的这个大学申请。然后 someone asked, if I met with the mentor and the professors from university and the enterprises, is there a higher chance for me to find a better internship when I entered university?
So again, this is a very prestigious elite program. We only run the top programs because we are #1 in all of Canada and 3 in the world. And because of that, our programs are very well known around the world. With that said, if there is a particular company that they really enjoyed the case study, that you have a much better chance to be able to get into that company, to be able to continue with the mentorship program that we offer afterwards. As well, any of our students, because we run undergraduate programs as well, they have been very, very successful in getting job applications, getting into jobs with that company, because these are such incredible experiences that they've had.
这个问题呢是很多人问，就是说跟这些企业高管认识了，是不是可以更好的找到大学实习了？然后呢 ，Keri 博士说是的，因为呢，你在这个项目中呢，如果你的项目非常受这个导师的青睐，你是会有很大的几率，就是说可以留在这个公司进行下一次的实习的。所以呢，在大家就是进行这个企业实践的时候呢，要注重这个与高管的这些互动，然后呢，多多提供就是好的方案。如果你提供了好的方案，是完全可以帮到你的这个工作，或者是将来的这个大学实习或者将来的工作中的。All right, the final question. Is there any help if I attend the program? Is it help with my application of scholarship?
Any scholarship are looking for the well-roundedness. Again, I've been on scholarship and grant committees as well over the last 10 years. And what we're looking for, again, is that well-rounded individual. We're looking that they have pursued different experiences, that they've tried different things, that they've applied their skills and their competencies to innovative situations. All of that will help towards these scholarships, towards these grants, because we're seeing that this is a very ambitious, this is a student that takes initiative, and these are the ones that people are giving grants to and giving scholarships towards.
好的，有人问呢，这个会对就是申请奖学金有帮助吗？然后 Dr. Keri 回答的是的，因为呢，奖学金呢都是给这个全面发展的人才的，所以呢，在这方面来说呢，这个项目呢会让你受到这个全面的就是实践和学术的提升，所以呢会给你更大的几率去赢取这个去成功申请到这个奖学金。所以呢，大家呢对奖学金这方面的顾虑呢，都可以通过这个项目来增加自己就是获得奖学金的这个概率。All right, I think, yeah, I will collect all the questions left and
thank you.
Look forward to Keri. And thank you so much for your time, Keri. And
you're welcome.
I'm honored to be the translation for the presentation.
Thank you very much, and thank you to you for all your hard work. And
thank you.
And I very much look forward to working with all of the students through this program. Again, I think David just put the information out there, how you can contact them and get additional information. And any additional questions, I know that Erin will send to me and David will send to me, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. So everyone have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much for your attentive listening at this point.
谢谢大家。然后呢，这个项目呢就结束了。然后任何的这个问题呢，你都可以从现在这个屏幕上呢看见，就是我们的联系方式。然后呢 ，Thank you for Dr. Keri for deliver all the wonderful information for us for today's live session, and thank you for your time, and we appreciate it. 大家如果有任何的这个问题呢，我已经在这个屏幕上分享了，你可以加我或者加 David， 然后呢进行这个项目的询问。然后呢之后呢，我们会推出一系列的这个500强的高管企业的企业高管的讲座，然后呢讲解一下就是未来的这个学生的就业情况、就业情况和各行业的这个商业的情况。然后到底就是各个部门需要哪些职位，都会有就是这个项目的高管、企业的高管来为我们提供这个讲座。然后呢，暑期的时候我们也会推出这个实践实习项目，然后呢也有就是这个刚刚已经说了，世界500强的实习也会有 mentor 带你去进行这个指导。然后呢，我们还会有就是1天这个实践项目，就500强企业项目的名额拿出来给大家体验，所以呢，请大家多多关注，然后扫码微信咨询就 OK。Thank you, Keri.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. 拜拜。
拜，谢谢大家。然后，有任何问题也可以在 chat 里边回答提出。谢谢大家，然后我就关闭会议室了。如果大家就是没有加到这个联系方式，或者是没有加到微信上的话，然后呢，我们就会就是您在这个微信的讲座群里边都可以找到我们。我的微信名字叫 Erin， 然后还有一位是 David， 就是大家都可以在微信群中就是咨询或者私聊我们咨询都可以。
好，那谢谢大家，那咱们今天就到这儿吧。
好的，谢谢大家，大家再见。
对，这咱们就直接大家都微信联系吧，然后之后我们会把信息啊，我这个 PPT 以及费用呢发给大家，大家微信加我或者是加 Erin 都可以。
好的，
好，大家再见，
再见。
拜拜。